and the members' families will remember for years to come. Our goal is to present a ceremony full of dignity and respect to all persons. We ask in advance for the cooperation of all guests to refrain from shouting and applauding when members' names are called, and to show respect for the occasion. Lydia Miller will now come and lead us in a prayer.
Please bow with me. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for today and all the blessings you have endowed upon us. As we gather together to honor these students who have achieved academic greatness, may we remember to thank our teachers and parents who have held our hand on our way up. As we move forward, help us to embody the pillars that the National Honor Society stands upon and firmly instill them into our minds. Lord, may we honor you and those around us in everything we do and say. In your name we pray. Amen.
Members of the National Honor Society, fellow students, and parents. As president of the Perryton chapter of the National Honor Society, I would like to welcome you to our 2019-2020 annual induction ceremony. At this time, I would like to ask the parents of all the National Honor Society holdover members and inductees to please stand and be recognized. Without your inspiration, encouragement, and support, our achievements would not have been possible. Thank you. Unlike many other clubs, the National Honor Society holds a public initiation of its new members. The founders of the National Honor Society believed that if the initiation were private, many people would not see the organization as a select, secretive society. Thus, the National Honor Society is required to present its new members in a public assembly. Near the beginning of the past century, an increase in high school enrollment stimulated the extracurricular aspects of high school. Forward-looking, concerned educators began to realize that scholarship, which is a vital component of any society, was not receiving proper emphasis or recognition. With this thought in mind, the National Association of Secondary School Principals founded the National Honor Society in 1921 to honor outstanding scholars. At first, the emphasis was strictly on scholarship with the requirement of an A or above average for membership. And the society was just what the name implies, an honorary society for scholars. As the time changed and the scholar became more involved in a well-rounded education through participation in extracurricular activities, the National Association of Secondary School Principals reevaluated their selective criteria and added character, service, and leadership to the requirements. We wish to express our appreciation to the faculty, administration, parents, and the student body for being a part of our formal induction to honor the inductees that are seated on stage today. Various achievements are required to gain election to the Perryton chapter of the National Honor Society. A student must have a scholarship average of 90 or better. After the scholarship requirement is met, the other criteria are evaluated by a committee composed of the high school faculty. Thus, a student may meet the scholastic standard or even have the highest average in his class, but may not be selected by the faculty if he has failed to serve his school, shown a lack of leadership, or possessed traits of character undesirable for membership. I want to challenge every potential future member of the National Honor Society to set a high academic standard, to become more involved in school activities, and to develop better leadership, because membership in the National Honor Society is a privilege worth one's efforts. Each of our 4 criteria is symbolized in our candle lighting service. The large candle in the center represents the eternal light of knowledge, and the 4 unlighted candles represent character, scholarship, leadership, and service. Knowledge, represented by the large candle, is made of the 4 components of character, scholarship, leadership, and service. The well-educated citizen develops himself in all of these areas and spreads his light to any others. Now, the 4 officers of the National Honor Society will speak on one of the 4 qualifications required for membership. I will speak on leadership. Good morning, students, family, friends, and faculty members. My name is Chavira, and I am the president of the National Honor Society. Today I have the honor of inducting the new members to the Perryton chapter of the National Honor Society. First of all, I wanted to thank all of the parents of the inductees because without all of the unconditional love and unending support received from you all every day, we would not be the individuals we are today. One of the most important qualities of a true leader is to pave a pathway for others to follow. Miguel-Celis once said, "Leadership is a privilege to better the lives of others. It is not an opportunity to satisfy personal greed." Being a leader possesses the capacity to not only step up and be a role model for others, but also go above and beyond to show passion for the things they love. In moments of grief and chaos, it is easy to face the other way and ignore the situation. But a trustworthy leader will always be the black sheep in the herd and work hard to unite everyone. An individual who is willing to take chances and do what is right, regardless of the outcome, can also be defined as more than an outstanding leader. I challenge all of the new inductees to be fearless, confident, and break boundaries. Be a leader not only in the classroom or on the field, but everywhere you may go. Everyone on the stage with me has strived to become the best of the best in this school, and they have more than earned this spot in this society. Finally, I am more than pleased to welcome you all into the National Honor Society. Congratulations. Thank you. Vice President Alexis Navarrete Uribe will speak on service.
I am Alexis Navarrete, and I am the Vice President of the National Honor Society. Before I begin, I would like to thank you all for attending this ceremony to honor all of these intelligent and outgoing students. Their achievements in the realms of scholarship, leadership, community service, and character are being honored here today by their induction into this prestigious society. As well as the students, parents, you should feel proud that your son or daughter has accomplished something of great honor. Without you, this ceremony would not be happening. Thank you for supporting our child throughout their high school career. Today, I will speak on service. Service is defined as the actions taken by the student which are done with or on behalf of others without any direct or financial compensation. As Anne Frank once said, "How wonderful is it that nobody needed to wait a single moment before starting to improve the world." These students did not stand around waiting to be told what to do. They told themselves what needed to be done. They took initiative and acted on their own, trying to find ways to better our community. They had given up their time to help at King Tatum tournaments, banquets, or anywhere else where the community needed. They have struggled for days trying to maintain a good character even when they have problematic days. Service is done out of the kindness of one's heart. These students deserve to be recognized for all of their achievements because they are good examples of leaders and community helpers. To all of the inductees, I would like to say congratulations. You are all the face of our school and community. As you become the newest generation of our school's NHS, it is my hope that all of you will continue the service, both in our community and the world beyond, dedicating your time to service, impacting the person serving and those around them, whether through meeting new people, learning new skills, or just allowing something to exist that were not otherwise. Secretary Miguel-Celis will speak on character.
Good morning. My name is Miguel-Celis, and I'm the Secretary of NHS of the Perryton chapter, and today I'm here to talk about character. Many words can make you think of different actions, meanings, or even people, with just a single mention. One of these words that has such an impact is character. Character defines both actions and people, but character continues to get interpreted as reputation. Reputation is who people think you are. Character is who you are when there is no audience to observe your actions. Part of possessing good character is making the right choices in ordinary situations. This could be as simple as returning a borrowed pen to the original owner, pushing a chair back in once you're done sitting in it, or doing the right amount of reps when Coach Sardello isn't looking. Although these may be simple tasks, they speak volumes of the character that you have developed. The trait of good character is not hereditary or received, it is built. And the construction is never finished. It is tested daily in the difference between being an average person and a great person. Character is integral on the selection process for induction along with leadership, scholarship, and service, which is why I would like to congratulate everyone being inducted today. You have all shown resilience and commitment to go above and beyond, not only for yourself, but for our school and the people around you. I'll leave you all with Luke 6:43-45. For a good tree does not bear corrupt fruit, nor does a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. For every tree is known by his own fruit. For men do not gather figs from thorns, nor do they gather grapes from a bramble bush. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth that which is good. Thank you. And now Treasurer Daisy Hernandez will speak on scholarship.
Good morning, students, parents, faculty, and guests. It is an honor to be able to stand here and speak to you all today. My name is Daisy Hernandez, and I am treasurer of NHS. Today in front of you sits current members and inductees. They have risen above any circumstances to reach their goal to be in this organization. These students have shown their love and devotion for their education and for their future. They have demonstrated leadership, service, character, and scholarship. Today I stand before you to speak about scholarship. Scholarship is usually overly thought as someone who is smart and has good grades. However, it is more about having high grades. My definition of this term is one's dedication and love for learning. Scholarship is going beyond the teacher's expectations and someone who is hardworking. Scholarship is also a step closer to being a leader. The poet and philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Scholarship is to be created not by compulsion, but by awakening of pure interest in knowledge." The students that you see up here are the ones that perhaps have pulled an all-nighter to finish a coach-hard review for their test or have been working hard to be honor students. The scholars that you see up here are the ones who will find a greater deepening meaning in education and in success. I would like to take this time to first congratulate the current members for being role models for the classes below us and showing them that anything is possible. I also want to congratulate the inductees for pushing through all the tough days and stress to get to where they are now. These inductees have not only proven to us, but to themselves as well, that they have what it takes to be in the National Honor Society. I am very proud of each and every one of them for standing out amongst their peers. Their show of passion for scholarship has stood out, and I hope that they all will continue to show their affection for their studies in the future. Thank you.
Each year, it is the responsibility of the members to select a guest speaker. This individual should be one who personifies the four pillars of the National Honor Society: scholarship, leadership, character, and service. And each year, as a chapter, we are blessed with the difficult task of choosing only one, as we are surrounded by a multitude of individuals whom we strive to emulate. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. April Ojeda.
Good morning, and congratulations to the 2020 National Honor Society inductees. Before I begin, I'd like to address a few words to the many freshmen who asked me yesterday what this ceremony is all about. By the time you go back to class, you'll have your answer. But I'd like to say this. The students on this stage today were just like you a few years ago, and they still are in some important ways. They have certain fears and high hopes. They have big personalities and real struggles. They have known hard fails and tasted big wins. In one way or another, school is no easier for them than it is for you. But they have grown much in maturity, strength, compassion, and integrity. That's why we are here today.
to celebrate these students who have committed to building their character and leadership qualities through scholarship and service. When Jackie first asked me to speak to you all today, I thought she was scraping the bottom of the barrel, and I told her so. Repeatedly. In fact, I told her no. But that girl is no quitter, and her persistence made me think. In fact, I realized that while I might not be the best, most dynamic, or entertaining public speaker, I do have something to say to you. I cannot speak to you today about how to always make the right decisions, or about how to solve all of your problems. I cannot promise you that life will be easy as long as you work hard and live by the golden rule. I have no idea how to tell you not to worry or be anxious or afraid. I always tell my students, write what you know. So today, I'm going to take my own advice and talk about what I know. I know about stories. I know about books. Books are those things that your teachers go on and on about and like to beat you about the brain with. In some of my experiences with books or scholarship, I meet again and again writers and characters who teach me what it means to be great. I meet ordinary people like Atticus Finch, who, although flawed like the rest of us, become legendary, not through a desire to be a legend, but by serving another, Tom Robinson, who is considered by society to be the least. Tom, a black man in the Depression-era Deep South, shows kindness by helping a poor white girl and then is wrongly accused of a terrible crime. Atticus Finch is Tom's defender. Atticus accepts the ridicule and loss of reputation in his efforts to save Tom, and I won't spoil the rest. My point is that sometimes the only way to change a broken world is to stand up for the ones who are already defeated before they even begin to fight. In books, I meet people like the great Russian writer Leo Tolstoy. Tolstoy tells of those who wish to be great, like the certain king who believed if he always knew the right time to begin everything, if he knew who were the right people to listen to, and above all, if he always knew what was the most important thing to do, he would never fail in anything he might undertake. This king sets out on a quest to find the answers and learns through a series of adventures that the right time to begin is now, because it's the only time in which you have any power. He learns that the right person is the one whom you are with. That's us, here together. Because you don't know what will happen when you leave here today. And finally, the most important thing to do is to do good to one another, because for this purpose alone, you were sent into this life. People in stories save the day, save the world sometimes, by sacrificing for the sake of another's good. This is something you already know. Life is messy and makes no sense. It's a confounding, confusing, and strange mystery, and no one has it all figured out. Not your friends, not your teachers or your parents, not the wisest people who live to be 110 have solved the riddles of existence. Think about this. Your people are raising you to be independent, to take care of yourselves and make good decisions for your life. They give you choices and hope that you'll make good ones, and they still love you even when you don't. You must learn to make the good choices about what dreams you pursue and how hard you're willing to work to get to the top of the mountain. You have to put yourselves first in these things. And yet, what kind of world would we live in if we all continued to operate under the self-righteous belief that I am the center of my universe? We say feel-good things like, you can be anything you want to be, and you do you, and my favorite, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. But what does that get us? It gets us a whole school, or town, or nation, or world filled with big people like you and me, who go about their busy lives of doing what they want to do whenever they want to do it. If the primary focus of your life is to look out for yourself above all else, then your life will grow increasingly narrow, restricted, and miserable. If you are master, commander, creator, judge, and jury of your own little world, if you are the god of your own universe, then your world will become very, very small. Your dreams of success, of lots of money and all that it can buy might come true, but you will never find contentment or satisfaction You will never know what it means to find true happiness. In fact, you will eventually lose the capacity to love. Because the truth is that real happiness, the kind that doesn't depend on your mood or your circumstances, depends on whether or not you are willing to put aside your own desires to pursue the betterment of others. When you put the needs of others ahead of your own desires, something miraculous and strange begins to happen. Your world expands out and up. If you are willing to humble yourself, to walk through your days as a kind of living sacrifice, then you will play a part in a much bigger story. You were made, we were made, to need each other. Like Tom Robinson and Atticus Finch, we are hardwired to live in community with each other, to rely on each other, and to serve each other. A long, long time ago, an English writer named John Donne said, "No man is an island, entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main." As an English teacher, I like a good metaphor. I can especially relate to this one because I have, and I think we all have, felt ourselves alone, like islands, unable to connect or fit in with the main. But still, your part of the continent of humanity is vital to the rest of us. We need your piece of the puzzle if we are to become whole. So use your talents, your skills, your accomplishments, and especially your scars in ways that build each other up. In following your own wants, your own wishes, you might find success, but only in serving others will you find true peace and happiness to last a lifetime. I'd like to leave you with this. Nobody asks to be born. We get hard and jaded before we get old, and it's unfair. But thank God that fair and unfair are just part of the short game. They don't matter. But this does. We'll never make it to freedom's shore unless we stick together. The system is rigged so that I need you and you need me, and we must all give something of ourselves to the others we meet along the lonely way. Charmed or plague-ridden, there's no help for it. But sacrifice is life's great beauty. Its treasure flows in our veins and finds its worth only in the purchase of another's good. Thank you.
Now, I would like to introduce the holdover members. We ask that you hold your applause until all members have been presented. Kaylee Thomas, daughter of Brandy and Jason Palmer. Ubaldo Tarango, son of Baldamer and Minerva Tarango. Kaylee Still, daughter of Charlie Cagle and Jeff Still. Shirley Sotelo, daughter of Ever Sotelo and Raquel Montano. Rex Shafe, son of Brett and Roxanne Shafe. Jose Miguel Rosales, son of Miguel and Veronica Rosales. Aldo Rivero, son of Julian and Nelida Rivero. Kenny Ramirez, son of Martin and Sarita Ramirez. Lydia Miller, daughter of Billy and Karen Miller. Chloe Magera, daughter of Cody and Chris Magera. Kerrigan Martin, daughter of Josh and Kelly Martin. Jessica Mandujano, daughter of Gonzalo and Araceli Mandujano. Kinsey Maley, daughter of Dale and Elida Maley. Kennedy Maley, daughter of Dale and Elida Maley. Juliet Lopez, daughter of Mary and Gabriel Gonzalez. Ethan Curl, son of Jake and Amanda Curl. Jonah Carberg, son of Jennifer Howard and grandson of Johnny Carberg. Pamela Guevara, daughter of Martina Ortiz. Itza Gonzalez, daughter of Jose Luis and Alma Rocio Gonzalez. Kinley Gilbert, daughter of Natalie and Mark Wagner and Brian and Meredith Gilbert. Gabby Garcia, daughter of Antonio Garcia and Rosa Guzman. Ashley Paola Flores, daughter of Adolfo and Minerva Flores. Abby Fager, daughter of Curtis and Jennifer Fager. Zeke Farney, son of Brian and Ruth Farney. Cassidy Farney, daughter of Brent and Robin Farney. Estefania Espino, daughter of Jose Espino and Gloria Campos. Nadia de la Cruz, daughter of Yadira Hernandez and Israel de la Cruz. Ryan Davis, son of Sean and Kara Davis. Stephen Cook, son of Dwayne Jr. and Sherry Cook. Haley Cater, daughter of Lloyd and Dina Cater. Omar Castañon, son of Isauro and Concepcion Castañon. Myra Carrera, daughter of Myra and Jaime Rosales. Johan Carrasco, son of Mona Carrasco. Fernando Barunda, son of Eugenia and Facundo Barunda. Ethan Bourne, son of James and Dana Bourne. Ellis Bigham, son of Matt Bigham and Lee Ann Nelson. Madison Attaway, daughter of Paula and Howard Cook and Shane Attaway. Kevin Arellano, son of Dora Vasquez and Jose Navarrete. Jocelyn Araujo, daughter of Eduardo and Raquel Araujo. Historian Samuel Hernandez, son of Juan and Claudia Hernandez. Treasurer Daisy Hernandez, daughter of Jose Alberto and Erika Hernandez. Secretary Miguel-Celis, son of Miguel and Nora Celis. Vice President Alexis Navarrete, son of Greg and Violeta Navarrete. And myself, President Jacqueline Chavira, daughter of Cesar and Sandra Chavira. The following students are also holdover members of the Perryton chapter of the NHS, but could not be here today due to a baseball tournament. Connor Lane, son of JD and Tracy Lane. Logan Boxwell, son of Brent and Beth Boxwell. Reese Atkinson, son of Alan and Lorena Atkinson. Mr. Secretary, will you now present the inductees?
Madam President, the following students have met the 4 qualifications of character, scholarship, leadership, and service and seek active membership in the Perryton chapter of the National Honor Society. Please hold your applause until all the inductees have been presented. Kaden Wilson, daughter of Bill and Jody Lozier and Brent Wilson. Kyler Wade, son of Stephen and Paige Wade. Vance Viral, son of Allison Viral. Morgan Vela, daughter of Ramon and Brenda Vela. Ivan Uribe, son of Ernesto and Yaria Elena Uribe. Harmony Faith Thrash, daughter of Bilbot and Carla Thrash. Joseph Sell, son of David and Sandra Sell. Kaden Scott, daughter of Stephanie Scott and Casey Scott. Jacob Schollenbarger, son of Jeff and Melanie Schollenbarger. Sarai Sandoval, daughter of Gumercindo Sandoval and Esubia Sanchez. Alyssa Rutz, daughter of Michael and Carol Rutz. Ayana Romero, daughter of Edith Anaya. Alexis Rodriguez, daughter of Juan Gutierrez and Maria Rodriguez. Brianna Rascon, daughter of Francisco and Elvia Rascon. Melissa Ramos, daughter of Rodrigo and Araceli Ramos. Leslie Ramirez, daughter of Eloy Ramirez and Perla Ramirez. Lupita Ramirez, daughter of Benito and Rosy Ramirez. Joanna Perez, daughter of Pablo and Ana M. Perez. Allison Ortiz, daughter of James Ortiz and Susan. Isabel Navarrete, daughter of Ascensión and María Navarrete. Rayleigh Murray, daughter of Gary and Rhonda Murray. Destiny Munoz, daughter of Gonzalo and Roberta Munoz. Shepard Miller, son of Billy and Karen Miller. Jocelyn Medina, daughter of Jonathan and Jeanette, Sandoval. And Alicia Martinez, daughter of Lizette Martinez and Manuel Martinez. Hector Marquez, son of Hector and Susana Marquez. Giovanna Macias, daughter of Jaime and Marisela Rojo. Evelyn Lopez, daughter of Antelmo and Felicitas Lopez. Brittany Lecomte, daughter of Giovanni and Trisha Lecomte. Cassie Landeros, daughter of Juan and Diana Landeros. Nancy Udis, daughter of Brent and Kelly Udis. Toby Johnson, daughter of David and Brenda Johnson. Hannah Irving, daughter of Corey and J.C. Fleming and Brad Irving. Lindsay Hernandez, daughter of Saul and Angel Hernandez. Ashton Helker, daughter of Joe and Jennifer Helker. Katie Harrison, daughter of Kevin and Diane Harrison. Skylar Hall, son of Robert and Tamara Hall. Damian Gonzalez, son of Marcos and Vanessa Gonzalez. Ali Gallegos, daughter of Juan and Maria Gallegos. Daniela Frias, daughter of Aaron and Maria Isabel Frias. Jaden Fleming, daughter of Jamie Fleming. Mara Phelps, daughter of Anessa Ellis and Zachary Phelps. Andrea Fabella, daughter of Carla Villagran and Jesus Fabella. Kayla Chainas, daughter of Santos and Guadalupe Chainas. Odalis Castillo, daughter of Lorenzo Castillo and Adriana Cervantes. Ashley Burman, daughter of Brandon and Laura Crystal Towner. Louis Bernal, son of Luis and Erika Bernal. Denise Becerril, daughter of Antonio and Amber Becerril. Shallon Anderson, daughter of Jeremy and Melissa Anderson. Jocelyn Anchondo Marquez, daughter of Aaron and Adela Anchondo. Citlali Anaya, daughter of Victor and Julieta Anaya. Ramon Alvarez, son of Omar and Brenda Alvarez. Fernanda Frosto, daughter of Eduardo and Guadalupe Frosto. Caitlin Britton, daughter of Kevin and Krista Britton. The two following students will be inducted into the Perryton chapter of NHS in a private ceremony on a later date. They were not able to be here today due to a baseball tournament. Levi Stevens, son of Wes and Star Stevens. Paulo Perez, son of Pablo and Anna Emperor.
Mr. Historian, will you please have the inductees raise their right hand and recite the National Honor Society Pledge? Holdover members, please stand and join them.
Please raise your right hand. I pledge myself to uphold the high ideals of the National Honor Society, to build a strong character in myself and others, to further the advancement of scholarship, to carry the aloft the torch of leadership, and to serve my school, my community, and my country in the interest of humanity.
With the powers invested in me by the National Council of the National Honor Society, I declare you active members of the Perryton chapter of the National Honor Society. It is our pleasure to present the new members of the National Honor Society. I would like to thank everyone for sharing our initiation. There will be a reception in the library immediately following the ceremony for all the inductees, holdover members, and families. Now, if you will all rise, our new members and holdover members will lead us in the school song, after which you will be dismissed.